easy way to differentiate your teaching. With Quizalize, you can quiz your students on the skills and standards they need to know, using devices in classroom team games or at home, and analyse the results in a choice of clear improvements in students' knowledge at the end of each topic. And in the gradebook, the results of all their quizzes. Students against state averages, and helps you ensure that nobody gets left behind.
Students' test scores have improved 8 to 10 points from last year's scores.
This is the first time that we've seen an increase of this magnitude.
It's opened up that conversation between myself and my students.
My kids pay attention to the test questions so much more.
I have kids that even come before school because they just want to practice with me.
I could meet with them one-on-one, or I could meet with them in a small group, and for the first time they're getting the attention that they really need, and the data is there instantly.
Play a quiz in class today. There are no apps to install. It's easy and it's free.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Tagpros Education July series for webinar workshops for teachers. And again, I am Francis Jim Toscano, Chief Program Officer of Tagpros and one of the co-founders. I am very happy to welcome you again. It's our second part. It's the second part for July. And of course, we are still under the Advancing Better Online Distance Learning program that we have laid out for a few weeks already, and we are very happy that you are here with us again. For the month of July, we are actually focusing on assessments, and today we will be joined by Miss Rosemarie Sison, the country manager of of ZQ EdTech Solutions, and she will be talking about a very new and exciting platform that we hope that you'll be able to learn for this session. That platform is called Quizalize, and we will be focusing on Quizalize for this afternoon. Just a few reminders to everyone. Of course, this webinar workshop series is brought to you by Tagpros Education in partnership with ZQ EdTech IT Solutions, the developer behind the Quizalize platform. ZQ EdTech Solution is part of an international or is an international company that brings innovative platforms, including Quizalize, to your classroom or maybe even teaching and learning experiences. Of course, to bring this to a larger audience right now, we also have partnered with the Department of Education International Cooperations Office under the leadership of Director Margarita Consolacion Ballesteros. Of course, together with Teacher Education Network of the Philippines, or 10PH, which is managed and led by Mr. Gino Loayon. And of course, next series, an advocacy of the Computer Education Department of Xavier School. All right. So there are a lot of things that we will be learning today, and this session will be very different because aside, you will not be only learning concepts, important concepts, but you will also be witnessing. So we can call this a sort of mini workshop also, because you will be shown how to sign up, how to work, and even how to create quizzes, activities through Quizalize. But before we start, I think it's very important that we remind ourselves, of course, you are here with us. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. And very interestingly, we will be sharing some information about ourselves. A lot of you are saying good afternoon and telling us where you are. We have people coming in from, or teachers coming in from San Pedro Laguna, Alabang, Bacolod City, Iloilo, up north from Cagayan, and down of our country in Mindoro. Where else? Masbate, Mindanao, Davao, Pangasinan. Thank you so much. So we are all coming from the different parts of the Philippines. One reminder that we want to share to you and always remind you is that what we'll be having a GCash raffle again today, courtesy of our partner ZQ EdTech Solutions, IT Solutions. And may we remind again everyone, please kindly practice digital citizenship. Number one, that means protecting keeping your data private. Please do not upload or type in your cell phone number or GCash account in the comment box. All right, that's not the proper place that you will be putting your GCash into. Second, please practice courtesy and respect. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. All the things that you will be posting online will be seen by everyone. So that means by everyone means one question from Jefferson Lissing. Maybe he's a student. He's asking, can students be here? Of course, you're very welcome. So it's not only teachers who are here, but even young people, the youth. So please make sure that we show courtesy, respect in our post, in our comment. Make sure that you exercise those virtues, because we want the atmosphere to be conducive for learning. We want to keep it professional. So that's our reminder for everyone. Practice digital citizenship and show respect and courtesy to everyone. To start off, we have some important messages from our partners. On the first video, we will be listening to Charles Wiles. He's the CEO of the London-based company Zish, and of course the Philippine-based company ZQ EdTech IT Solutions. So we will be listening to him, to his message to all of us. And the second video that you will be watching is a welcoming message also by none other than Director Margarita Consolacion Ballesteros of the Department of Education International Cooperations Office. So before we start, let's listen to their messages for all of us.
Wiles, and I'm the founder and CEO of Quizalize. I'd like to thank you all today for taking the time to learn how to use Quizalize to deliver effective online assessments. And I'd also like to thank Tagpros for inviting us along to do these webinars. Now, it's never been more important than today to be able to understand each of your students' individual learning gaps and give them exactly the right help so that they can perform and accelerate their learning. And that's exactly what we designed Quizalize to do. We designed Quizalize to give you, the teacher, the superpowers to understand your students better than before and to personalize your teaching to each and every one. I hope you'll enjoy these webinars. Rose is an amazing, incredible trainer. I'm sure you're in good hands. And thank you also to Jim Toscano, who's just one of the most amazing teachers we've come across. Really great and exciting to see all the amazing learning that's going on in the Philippines right now. Thanks again and enjoy the webinars.
And all right, thank you, Charles. Let's listen to the message of Director Ballesteros.
Hey everyone, good day, good afternoon, good evening to all our participants both here and beyond the archipelago. Thank you, Jim, and to your team, the Tagpros Philippines, for organizing this webinar for our teachers. Our teachers, who remain to be our unsung heroes, and yet we of course appreciate, we of course celebrate the teaching profession with our superheroes, the divas, the supermen and superwomen, the Iron Man and Iron Women of the 21st century, our dear teachers. This is Director Marge Ballesteros wishing you all the best in your another learning undertaking for this morning and even in the days to come. We learn and we keep learning because we cannot afford to be left behind. Dear teachers, the challenges are humongous. We face a lot of challenges. Number one, the challenge of adjusting the learning environment now that we do virtual meetings, virtual classes, or we call it our online learning, the distance learning, or even blended learning. All of these things are happening. We are pushed to because of the changing times. And we cannot even predict if COVID will still stay up to when. But we can predict what we can do as teachers because we've got the power, and that's the power to think and the power to act. With distance learning, we have learned a lot for the past year. We know that teachers are challenged, but our teachers too responded to the humongous and endless challenges because the teachers love their learners as well as they do it not only for the sake of love, but for the sake of but of course from their commitment and their passion as teachers. Jim, keep going. So with your team in helping our teachers, because I know the Savior community are really very supportive, not only of our brothers and sisters who are in the private sector, but more so of our brothers and sisters, our teachers from the public schools or in the public schools. Thank you for helping us train our teachers, and thank you for contributing to the upskilling and retooling of our 21st century teachers for the sake of our learners. So good luck for another learning experience, and I hope that those of you who are participating to this webinar for today will really learn and get to share it with your peers, with your co-teachers, and even to the kids who you teach every day. So to everyone, the International Cooperation Office of the Department of Education would like to wish you all the best for another learning this morning. God bless and have a good day.
Right. Thank you, Director Ballesteros, for the wonderful message, and coming from, of course, the Department of Education International Cooperations Office. Before we go to the next segment, our next segment, I think, is one of the most awaited part of our every Saturday webinar workshop series, which is the GCash announcement, winners of the GCash prizes. But before we proceed to that, let me just take this opportunity on behalf of Tagpros, on behalf of ZQ EdTech IT Solutions, on behalf of our partners here in delivering high-quality webinar workshop series, let me take this opportunity to congratulate all our students who have finally finished 1 year of distance education, regardless of the modality that you had undergone, whether online, blended, or even printed modality of distance education. We congratulate our dear students for making it through the different challenges that we have undergone for this education in the pandemic. We give a special shout out to the dear parents who were also very much challenged as they adjusted and, of course, guided their children to face the challenges of undergoing remote learning for this current school year. And most especially, we give a very massive shout out and congratulations to our dear teachers. We know, like what Director Ballesteros has mentioned, you are the unsung heroes, frontliners of the pandemic also. You face a lot of challenges from modules, printing modules, maybe even internet connection, finding where to get your load, or finding the best internet connection to reach out to your students. Thank you so much, dear teachers. I am also a teacher. I've taught in a high school this on the first part of the school year, first semester. I am also a school leader. I'm an administrator, and I've seen the work of every teacher in the country and even around the world. And thank you so much. We really appreciate. Please do feel that you are appreciated, that you matter, and you are loved and well respected because of your work. So thank you so much, dear teachers, for pushing through with education at this time of the pandemic. So a big congratulations to everyone, to all stakeholders and members of the whole school community. Please know that Tagpros and our partners, ZQ EdTech IT Solutions, and every one of us here congratulates you and wishes the best for you. So please make sure that you take some time to rest also. All right. So I think we're ready to go to the next part. As we mentioned last Saturday, the first part of the July series, we are holding another GCash raffle draw for today, for this Saturday. Of course, please do remember and show some love, because our raffle draw prizes are actually sponsored by our partner for this series, ZQ EdTech IT Solutions, the company behind, the developer behind Quizalize, which you will be learning about later on. So please show them some love, look for their social media handles, and like them also. So I'm happy to announce the 5 winners of last week's raffle draw. Let me see if we can put up the names. All right, so I'm pretty sure you're very much excited. Congratulations on behalf of ZQ EdTech IT Solutions. we want to award 500 Gcash to the following winners for our session number 5 or part 1 of July webinar workshop series held last July 10, 2021. Normita P. Labao, Diana Ang, Anita M. Maniscan, Jeffrey T. Marabolas, and Raymond R. Aquino. Tagpros Education will contact you for verification and details on how to receive the GCash prize. Congratulations to these 5 lucky participants. Again, Normita P. Labao, Diana Ang, Anita M. Maniscan, Jeffrey T. Marabolas, and Raymond Aquino. Congratulations to all of you. Please wait for an email coming from Tagpros Education so that we can verify everything. If you know them, please message them now and congratulate them and remind them to watch again our webinar series today. If you're very interested, do we have a raffle draw? Of course, we have, again, courtesy of our partner, ZQ EdTech IT Solutions. So if you'd like to be one of the winners for this week's raffle draw, the instructions for taking part in this webinar workshop raffle draw is, number 1, please make sure that you watch the webinar workshop. Complete the evaluation form on www.tagpros.org at the end of the session. Follow all our social media pages on Facebook. May just remind you that you're not just asked to follow Tagpros Education. You are also asked to follow the webinar, the social media pages of ZQ EdTech IT Solutions. And then, of course, to try Quizalize and create your account. I'm pretty sure you'll be creating your accounts later on. So please don't forget that those are the requirements. Watch, answer the evaluation, follow the social media pages of Tagpros Education and ZQ EdTech IT Solutions, and create your Quizalize account after this webinar workshop series. We will be announcing the 5 winners for this week's webinar workshop on July 24, a week after today's webinar workshop. We are live both on Facebook right now, Facebook page of Tagpros and DepEd ICO, and on the YouTube page of Tagpros also. So please invite your family and your friends to watch the live stream so that they can also join the raffle draw. Of course, the raffle draw is also available to our team replay, so please don't forget to join that also. Only GCash account holders are allowed to participate, so please make sure that you create your own account also. A note also, some reminders. A lot of you are asking where your certificates are. Again, reminder, number 1, if you have answered the evaluation with the proper email, you will receive your certificate through that email. So please check your email. If you have not received it yet, maybe you were able to answer with the wrong email address. So please check on that also. If you have questions, please make sure that you send us a message also. All right, I think we're ready to move to our the most important part of our segment. Okay, for today, we will be having our webinar workshop entitled Quick and Effective Online Assessment Using Quizalize. Let me introduce our speaker for today. She's the General Manager at ZQ EdTech IT Solutions. She's joining us today to introduce Quizalize, a free educational platform where teachers can design and implement engaging online assessments for better mastery of learning. Let's all welcome Ms. Rosemarie Sison. Hello, Rose.
Yes,
Good
hi,
afternoon,
Sir.
Rose.
Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon to all of the viewers for today. Um, as mentioned by Sir Jim earlier, no, I also would like to congratulate all the graduates, of this year. I think this is the second virtual graduations that we conducted in the country, and of course, for everyone behind those achievements of our students, you must be really, really proud because you've already surpassed
the challenges that we all facing. Ano po? By the way, my name is Rosemarie Sison. And I would like to welcome everyone for today's session. And this is more about introducing or giving to you some insights about Zish and Quizalize. So to begin with, let me share my screen. Yeah, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat dyan. And I hope everyone is safe. Ano po? Yes, with their loved ones. Okay. So today this will be more about of knowing the Zish and Quizalize beneficial impact. Regardless if we are talking about distance learning or classroom situation, the real classroom situation. We all miss the real classroom situation, right? So again, welcome to ZQ EdTech IT Solutions, designing and implementing online assessments in partnership with Tagpros. We would like to thank Tagpros, headed by Sir Jim Toscano, for this opportunity to know you, to know the audience of Tagpros, and of course to introduce to you the platform Quizalize. Ano po? Right, and today is July 12, 2021. So let's know more, or let's know a little about ZQ EdTech IT Solutions. So ZQ EdTech IT Solutions is situated in Balanga City, Bataan, Philippines. This is an educational technology company in the Philippines that provides cost-effective, efficient, flexible, and customizable IT solutions for your educational needs. And it was established on November 14, 2018. And who's behind of the ZQ EdTech are the educational company in London, which are the Zish and Quizalize. So do not get confused of these two because they just fall under one company, which is a Zish Limited. Ano po? And ZQ EdTech IT Solutions is the counterpart, the local counterpart of Zish and Quizalize in the Philippines. Ayan. And right now, we are serving different schools already, private and public. The biggest client that we have in the Philippines is Marikina. And we are now on the third phase with Marikina, and they've been very, very happy with the platform because it really provides, basically what we need are just essential informations, right? Because basic information, and basic is normally what we call the essential, di ba po? Ayan, so it's good to have advanced tools, but it's better to get, the basic information that we need for essential, let's say, for essential actions, or for essential informations that we really need, to have a real impact on the student side. Now, please allow me to introduce my team in the Philippines. You can reach us. You can reach to us via the Zish and Quizalize chat support. You just simply go to the site, and there is a chat button there that you can send out a message, and we can able to right away help you. And po, normally we are available 24/7 po. So any questions that you might have, during the use or the utilization of the platform, ay pwede niyo po kaming i-reach out doon. So please allow me to introduce the Junior Customer Success Executive, Miss Marites Gorospe. She graduated the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Network and Data Communication System in 2011. Same with Miss Maricol Ladines, the Senior Customer Success Executive. Graduated with the same degree po with like Marites, and your very own Rosemarie Sison, the general manager of the ZQ EdTech IT company. I am as well at the same time the Southeast Asian Customer Success of Zish and Quizalize. So I graduated Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Social Science in 2007. It's very crucial to have a speaker in front of you that is at least known, the current struggle of the teachers, particularly in terms of managing clerical tasks or anything related to, for us to be able to achieve our objective to our learners, di po ba? So I am very, very pleased to tell you that I have had an experience to also teach in schools from primary to tertiary level po in our province in Bataan. Ano po? And because of these experiences and na-meet ko si Zishan Quizalize, on that day, the very first day I met Quizalize, I really fell in love to it because I am confident that this platform is the one that we actually need, ano po, lalo na sa mga panahong ngayon, ano? It's easy, it's efficient, it's customizable in everything. Okay, so apart from Quizalize and Zish, ano po, we also provide or offer rather different systems like Zish Insights for the head or administrators for the consolidated results and automated consolidated results, and also Oxford Revise. Ayan, so Zish and Quizalize, they are known to be the platform that provides teachers a tool that they can easily ano po, differentiate the teaching. And in this session today, I am going to give you a quick walkthrough, as in we will try to make it very simple as much as possible. Ano po? For you to be able to also explore the platform itself and let us know what you think about it. Okay po? All right. So in addition, we have a site where you can visit for ready-made activities aligned to the curriculum. We have thousands of ready-made activities rather that are already aligned to our curriculum, ano po, that you can modify, contextualize, make it more personalized depending on the needs of your students. So you can go to the curriculum, https curriculum.quizalize.com, and later I'm going to show you that as well. So before we begin the actual walkthrough, rather, let me give you the experience of how the students answer activities through Quizalize, and for you also to find out whether this platform is really engaging. And bukod sa engaging, it's not just more of the game, no? We have to make sure still that we are getting what we need, no, to easily identify where the issues are coming from. I mean, that can be from the students, or that can be the topic itself, or pwede namang yung mismong questionnaire itself. So Quizalize could help you identify real quick, no, and point out the issues ano po, in the academic, and you teachers can able to right away supply, no, enrichment or any needs of the students that could help them uplift their learning. Ano po? Most especially, we are after the long retention. And later, you will be able to find out that Quizalize could help your students also achieve that kind of retention. So, all right. So, let's try this out. Hingin ko po sana ang inyong mga participation. Ano po? But before we move forward po to this activity, pwede ko po ba kayong hingian ng konting feedback dyan? Let me just know whether you are from public or a private school sa comment section po. Pwede po ba? You can comment your, ano po, you can comment whether you are from public or private school. I will be reading the comments here lang po, ano. Tignan ko lang kung ano yung majority nating ano dito, audience. Ayan. So, pwede po ba hingin ko yung inyong konting participation? Just simply comment that you are from private or public school. Ganyan. Public school, si Sir Julito Manosa. Yan. Sino pa po? Sino pa po? Tignan natin, no? Public school. Okay, may nabasa akong private school din. Public, private. Okay. Sige po. Keep going. Ayan, private school. Okay. Oo, nabalitaan ko na po na from the DepEd ano po, official pages, ano, nakita ko na meron na pala tayong ano, for the next school year, tama ba? Yung schedule natin for the next school year, no? Meron na, available na. Okay po. Sige po. Alright, so let me see. Oh, nakakatuwa. Mas maraming, marami ang public teachers dito. Ayan, good afternoon po muli sa inyong lahat. Ano po, ayan. Sana po meron kayong matutunan mamaya ano po, or I mean the entire discussion. Alam niyo, pinanood ko po last week yung yung discussion, napakaganda po that's about the assessment ang ganda. All right, so magsisimula na po tayo sa activity, but before that, please could you help me understand the difference between what is assessment and what is evaluation? In your own words po sana, wag po sana tayo mag-Google, po. I'll be choosing one best answer, yung mararamdaman ko na talagang galing yun sa sarili po nating understanding. What is the difference of assessment and the evaluation? Ano po kayang difference nila? Sige po, hintayin ko po ang inyong mga comment. I'll be choosing one best answer only, and that person will receive 50 regular load. Yun lang nakayanan natin ngayon. Pero mamaya sa raffle draw natin, mas bongga doon. Okay? Pang ano lang po ito. Para lang tayo ay tignan ko lang inyong participation. Sige po, please share with me your understanding about the difference between the assessment and evaluation. What is the difference of these two po? Yan, they are quite similar, right? May distinctive lang siya, role sa teaching and learning. Wala pang sumasagot ng tanong ko. May nabasa akong isa na. Sige, sabi niya, assessment is after a lesson, evaluation is after a chapter discussion. Sige po. Thank you po sa answer. Ano to, ma'am ba to or sir? Mods, you yan. Thank you. Si Ma'am Vicky, sabi niya, assessment is fact-checking if students, let me see. Uy, nawala, ang bilis. Ayun, yun, nababasa ko niya. Assessment is fact-checking if students did learn. Okay, so what is the difference of the assessment to the evaluation? Thank you, Ma'am Vicky. Sige po, pipili ako dito, Assessment is tinitignan mo yung nalalaman ng tao, yung evaluation is yung hinuhusgahan mo yung tao sa mga gawa niya. Oy, let me try. Yan, parang ganda nung niya, bungad. Let me try. Even before we teach evaluation. Assessment is the actual test that the student takes and what the teacher. Oy, medyo may nakikita na akong konting sagot na malapit doon sa hinahanap ko, Assessment is to assess the extent. Ang ganda ng lesson ni Ma'am last week. Talagang talagang mas na-appreciate ko yung beauty, ng assessment talaga. And that is really, needed, Hindi natin pwedeng alisin yon when it comes to teaching, Kasi meron talaga siyang, role, napakahalaga ng role niya sa teaching and learning. Means diagnosing along the way while evaluating has something to do with the end result. O sige. Assessment is the giving of remarks about the student's performance, while evaluation is the result using your chosen method. Oy, medyo malapit si Ma'am Blanca, Medyo malapit. Oo. It's knowing the level of the student's evaluation. Students. Evaluation is to test what the children have learned. Si Ma'am Maria Lourdes Pinar. Sige, tingnan po natin. Assessment is feedbacking based on progress of usually coming from students. So evaluation is more the methods that judge the student learning. It's more of coming from the teachers based on standard. I think nakapili na ako ng best answer na malapit doon sa hinahanap ko. Sobrang lapit niya sa hinahanap ko, which is the last comment na napakita sa kanya. Yan. I'll keep later po I will give instructions on how you can claim your 50 pesos 50 pesos na regular load. Ayan. Okay. And of course, maliban dito, hintayin niyo po yung raffle natin mamaya. Kailangan lang makinig kayo para masagutan po ninyo ng maayos yung ating mga assessment at kayo ay may pagkakataong manalo. And bukod dyan, syempre, the knowledge na inyo po makukuha for today. Okay. So, when we say assessment, it is coming from the students. It's the feedback of the students to the teacher. Si student ba may natutunan mula sa pagtuturo ni guro? So doon po natin makikita yan sa assessment. Tama ba? Tama po, Ngayon, ang evaluation naman is teacher's feedbacking to the student. Judgment niya yon ni teacher. Doon niya malalaman kung ang bata ba ay natuto sa kanyang pag-aaral. Napakaganda po ng papel ni assessment and evaluation. Ngayon, we know that the new distance, the new new normal sa education is very challenging kasi lahat po talaga tayo ay nagsuswitch doon sa advanced way on how we can still able to deliver learning and teaching without the need of physical presence, both na student and teacher. So there are so many ways naman. Lalo na kayo ay mga aware na about Google, the internet. Yan ang ating big open library. And you will find a lot of resources there. Tama po. And now, again, we are very pleased with Tagpros for giving us this opportunity. And hopefully, again, you will be able to appreciate the beauty of the assessment and evaluation with Quizalize. Okay po? Madali lang po siya. As easy as 1, 2, 3 lang po yan. Now, let's proceed. Tingnan muna natin kung paano nga ba sumasagot ang bata kay Quizalize. Ipapa-experience ko po yan sa inyo. And I need your participation here as well. Okay po? It will be just like role-playing na parang kayo ay student ko at ako ang inyong guro. We are now in different areas in the Philippines. So let's see if this is really applicable sa ating setup today. So let me share again my screen with you. And please kindly follow the following steps that I am going to show sa aking screen. Ayan. Gawin po natin itong mga steps na to. Madali lang naman po ang mga steps na ibibigay ko. I prepared and created a very quick activity lang. This is just 1 to 5 questions. Please, this is just for fun. Do not take it very seriously. And this is also for demonstration purposes. So, kung halimbawa mag-appear yung pangalan nyo later, disclaimer, wala po sanang sa atin, walang ma-offend sa atin. This is just for fun. And no serious reflections on what is actually you can do. This is just for fun and for demonstration purposes only. So, brain teaser, very obvious naman, brain teaser lang to. Just simply do the following steps. 1, go to zzi.sh. Ipapakita ko rin po yan after kong explain itong steps. Number 2, you just have to enter the code, and the code is KPH 67558. O, diba? Kanina may nakatanggap ng 50 pesos, ha? Dito naman yung magta-top, ha? Top lang po. Top, sige, I will choose top 3. Top 3, ha? O, 20 pesos load lang tayo sa top 3, okay? Don't worry, meron pa tayong mga, mamaya, may mga raffle draw pa tayo. So, doon kayo bumawi. Medyo mas malaki yung doon, prices. And number 3, you just have to enter your complete name. Kailangan complete name po. Kapag incomplete ang nagpakita kaninang pangalan, that is disqualified, Disqualified yon. Number 4, click submit after you enter the name. And then after that, you just have to click the start button to answer. Okay? Now, pakita natin tong steps na to. This is the usual way how students answer an activity with Quizalize. That is the usual way. So, let me just open the new incognito. So, sabi doon, i-type mo daw ang ZZI. Wala muna pong magsasagot, ha? Sabay-sabay tayo, ha? Kung nakapagsagot ka na, okay lang yon. Walang problema. So, type your class code po. Ganito ang makikita ni student. I forgot the class code, sorry. That's KPH. I think that's KPH something. Ito. KPH. And then, simply click the join my class. Oy, ang dami na. Bongga naman itong mga participants natin in all fairness, ha? I'm so very pleased. And you just have to write your complete name and then click the create. And there you go. You'll be able to see na the activity for today, which is the brain teaser. You just have to click the start button and another start button if you are ready to answer the activity na to see the question. Okay, yan. So, let's see, Sige po, pwede na po kayong magsagot. Tignan natin tignan natin. Pipiliin po natin, may tatlong mananalo ng 20 pieces. Load. 20 pieces. So as of the moment, we have 72 participants. And as you can see, merong mga strong. Naku, mukhang alam na to. Mukhang iba dito dati nang uma-attend sa Quizalize event. Okay? And yung iba naman hindi pa nagsisimula. Tignan natin, i-open natin nga ang tinatawag nating play team versus team. When you open the team versus team, this could serve as motivation to your student for them to contribute points to the group. The class will be randomly divided into two. And yon. Tapos, just wait for it. I'm not sure if that is because of the internet. Close ko lang ito. Sige lang, keep going lang po. Try ko mukhang madami sumasagot eh. Sige, keep going lang po. Sagot lang kayo. Basta wala lang sisigaw Walang mangungurot, ganon. Happy lang tayo. Sige, I think marami ang nagsasagot ngayon. So let me visit again the dashboard later. But we have two game view for our students available on Quizalize. We have the group nga po, which the students will be randomly divided into two. Tapos, once they reach the pole in the middle, that is an indication for the teacher that those students have already finished their activity. Let me see how many participants. So 118 participants. So normally kasi po 50 people lang talaga in a class, in one activity 50 lang dapat. So para hindi niyo ma-experience kung loading, make sure that class size lang ang ating gagawin for a particular activity. Yan, sige lang, keep going lang po. Maya-maya i-close ko na ito para mag-load na yung data, I'll give you 1 more minute for this activity. 1 more minute po And after 1 minute, I will open the dashboard and see the winners na. Mukhang madami-dami naman, May mga green. Green stands for the strong students. Sila yung advanced sa activity na to. The orange are the almost there. And the red ones, as we all know, red flag ito, and these are the students who needs our help. And the gray ones, they have entered the activity but actually not yet touched the question. Ayan. Ayan, dumami ang pula, di ba? Sige lang, tuloy niyo po. So at 2:20, i-close ko na po ang activity. For those who were able to join the activity bago mag 2:20, pwede kayong magpatuloy. Pero yung mga gusto pang mag-join, mamaya, hindi na po. I-close ko na yung activity para mabuksan ko yung data, Ayan. Normally po 50 lang. Maximum of 50 students lang in a class para mag-load siya agad. Yung nakita nyo kanina. It's because I reached the maximum na number in a class. So 135 at the moment. Pwede pa rin naman ninyo ma-access yung data niyan. Yun nga lang after. Hindi nyo na makikita yung live na in action na, kasi naglo-load siya. Alright, it's 2:20 in the afternoon. I-stop ko na po dito ang ating activity. Yung mga hindi makakapasok na, mamaya, we will be providing you more class codes, and some other activities. Pero itong particular na live sessions natin, o session natin rather, eto na, i-stop ko na po. Sige lang, pagpatuloy nyo, hintayin ko muna po kayong mayari. Sige po, hanggang lang po, yung mga nagsasagot pa, 2:23. Hanggang 2:23, stop na po natin yung activity or stop na po tayo magsagot para maka-move forward na tayo. Ayan, may mga sumisigaw ba? Meron yan, for sure. Hindi ko na mabasa yung comment niyo po, Ayan, as of the moment, we have 148 students or participants who answered the activity. Po? Ayan, who played the activity na. And some of them are still in the process of start to answer the activity. Okay, so you still have 2 more minutes. Ito para sa mga ngayon pa lang nakapasok at magsasagot. Sige po, you still have 2 more minutes. Madali ba? Mag-comment kayo. Madali ba yung ating activity? Brain teaser yan. Hindi ko sinagutan kasi ako hindi ko siya kaya sagutan. Sabi ko hindi. Just kidding. Okay. So 1 more minute for the students who are still answering the activity. 1 more minute. Okay? Sige po, 1 more minute. Yan, nag-stop na, ni-stop ko na. Meaning, hindi na po makakapasok yung ibang gusto makapasok. Later, kung may gusto mag-try nito, I will be posting other, tawag dito, class code. Class code, yan. So, this is how the teacher will able to see data on their account po with the Quizalize. Po? So, very simple lang naman yan. And later, after this activity nga, I will give you 1, 2, 3 steps lang po on how you can manage utilizing your Quizalize account. Yan. So, may ilan pa tayong nagsasagot. Maya-maya ko na bubuksan yung dashboard. Yan, maglo-load din naman siya. Sige, dumadami yung pula natin. And di ba po sa education, meron tayong meron tayong isang paraan na kung saan masasabi natin if the activity is too easy, too difficult, or just average. By just simply looking at the colors of the icons here, you will have an instant insights. Kung ano yung kinalalagyan ng mga estudyante mo doon sa binigay mong activity sa kanila. And from here also, dito pa lang po to, sa dashboard na to, ay malalaman mo kung average or simple lang yung iyong activity or it's too hard. How? Kapag mas maraming green compared sa ibang color, ang ibig sabihin, your activity is too easy. Siguro dapat mo siya, i-modify, context, i-modify or magpalit ka ng ibang mga questions, revise mo siya, ganon. And make it more challenging to the students, di ba? Tapos pa-answer mo and you can easily differentiate the result. Pag masyado namang maraming pula, ibig sabihin the activity is too hard. Masyadong mahirap para sa level ng students mo. And that will give you an idea to also revise your activity. Try nyong i-align doon sa kakayahan ng bata. Of course, this is applicable regardless kung summative or formative ang pinag-uusapan po natin. Okay po? Alright, so let's see na. Sige po, yung iba pa nagsasagot. Keep going lang. So you just have to simply click the analyze button for you to be able to access the other teachers dashboard. Okay? Yan, naglo-load pa rin. Ayan. Medyo matagal lang siyang mag-load po pag sumobra kayo sa limit, pero maglo-load pa rin siya. No, wala namang problema doon. Ayan, 26 are still playing daw, sabi dito, may 26 pa daw na naglalaro. From here also, you will be able to see the class code that you can share with your student. And ito rin sa baba actually, dyan nyo rin makikita yung class code and also the instructions for the students. So you can click the play leaderboard. These are the two game view for the students. As I mentioned kanina, these tools can help the teachers to motivate the students, engage them in this activity, make the activity engaging, ganon. Tapos for the teachers also, this can serve as the monitoring. Bakit? Because dito sa team versus team, makikita mo dito lahat ng students mo na pumasok na. Tapos kapag sila ay nagsasagot, students are moving forward. Pag na-reach nila yung poll, that is an indication for the teacher that is an indication for the teacher that this student is already finished with the activity. Ganyan po siya. Hindi lang natin na-open kanina kasi nga sumobra tayo sa limit per class. Okay? Pero with the normal class size po, you can able to experience this in actual, yung action niya talaga. Here also, paano ito naging monitoring? For example, I can call on some names. For example lang po ito wag pong ano ha, ano lang to, this is just for demonstration purposes. For example, I will call the name of Jano and I will ask Mary Jane Jano to. And I will ask Mary Jane Jano, Mary Jane, kumusta anak? Bakit hindi ka yata nag-move forward? Is there anything that I can help you to move forward? Ganyan. And from here also, you will right away see kung sino yung mga estudyante na naka 2 attempts na, naka 1 attempt, 3, 4, umuulit-ulit. So you can discuss also with that particular student kung bakit. No? Lalo na if you set just 1 attempt only. Ano po? Yan. Also, kung makikita ninyo, ang instructions kanina ay dapat complete name. But as you can see, merong iba na ano lang, na ano tawag dito, yung kanyang first name lang, or meron yata ditong iba na surname and all. So, a lot of ways that you can use this particular dashboard, not just to engage your students, but also to implement ano po, a simple following directions na skills, ganyan. O, di ba po? And dito naman, sa leaderboard, dito nyo makikita yung mga batang nauuna, no, for that particular activity. And dito makikita nyo lahat ng mga attempts na ginawa ng mga bata. Siyempre, kung first attempt lang ang iyong i-consider, then just simply click on the first attempt. At dito nga makikita mo kung sino yung nagli-lead. At dahil nakita ko na kung sino ang nag-lead dito sa brain teaser natin, congratulations! You will be receiving 20 pieces load. Mamaya, kukunin ko po yung details ninyo. Please follow the instructions lang na sasabihin ko mamaya. No? Franklin Falculan. Ayan. So, top 1 natin si Franklin Falculan. Palakpakan naman dyan. Okay, Maria. Ito, kagaya nito, si Maria Hizon. Okay? Hindi ko po i-allow ito dahil hindi nasunod yung format na hinihingi ko. Dapat complete name and of course, proper writing po dapat. So congratulations to Maria Hizon. However, hindi ko po muna kayo mai-include sa ating 20 pesos load. Okay? And April Nispero. So may karugtong pa siguro siya. Si Ria, sana okay din. Kaya nga lang first name lang. Hindi natin siya include. Si Farah May Lopez. So we have 3 winners for this activity. Franklin Falculan, April Nispero, Farah May Lopez. May 20 pesos load kayo mamaya. Please simply follow the directions that I'm going to post later po. Congratulations sa inyo. Ayan. Okay. So, and the rest of the other dashboards ng napaka-helpful, ano, like who needs help, sinong kailangan ng tulong mo sa class, you have the instant access to it. Naka-group na yan. I-click mo na lang po yung show me at doon naka-group na nga po siya. Napakaganda po nito kasi nga in our usual way of identifying who among your students are struggling in that particular assessment, medyo matagal, di ba? Nag-arrange pa tayo ng papel, syempre chine-check pa natin, minamark pa natin and all. Pero dito pag inopen mo yan, yan na siya. Yan na, naka-group na yan sa'yo. So you can right away focus your attention in a particular group of students. For example, I'll be focusing on these students that doesn't have data. So I will call on their names and ask, bakit hindi kayo nakapagsagot? You entered the activity and yet you did not able to answer the activity. Why? So from there, you will be able to also communicate with the students and understand them. Ano po? Yon. So, napakalaking benefit nito pa lang. And by the way, may gear icon tayo dito. If you just want to consider just the first attempt of the students, go ahead and click the first attempt. And that gear icon, makikita nyo yan sa lahat ng inyong mga dashboard. The names, by the way, are also clickable. If you wish to analyze each of the students' score, go ahead and click the names of the students and there you will be able to find out why the students is in that particular group, ganyan. Kung meron kayong doubt of the students' performance, you can go ahead and click the name of the students. What they need help with? Frequency of errors, mga dear public school teachers. Ayan. Napakadali mag-frequency of errors dito. Napakamahalaga po ng frequency of errors sa ating teaching. Ano po? In this way kasi, this could help us also to identify whether the item has a quality and even the options. Dito din natin malalaman kung yung mga options ba na binigay natin ay effective or non-effective distractors. Tama po ba? Ayan. So, paano siya naging frequency of errors? For example, nagbigay ka ng multiple type of question, A, B, C, D, tas marami pa, E, F, G, whatsoever, and all. And then, nag-set ka ng correct answer. White box stands for the correct answer. So, dito, alam mo na ang correct answer sa tanong pala, sino dyan yung nakakuha ng tamang sagot? Dito sa tanong na ito. How many triangles are there daw? Ito na. So, 2 lamang ang nakakuha ng tamang sagot out of 148 participants. Palakpakan sa 2 nakakuha ng tamang sagot na yan. Paano ko nalaman? Kasi dito, nakita niya na agad nandoon. So, white box, andun, 2 daw ang sumagot ng answer na yon. And the rest, ang dami ng 16, Yun din yung sagot ko before. Thank you na lang kasi alam ko, may access ako sana. So, alam ko na yung sagot sa susunod. So, ganyan siya. Etong incorrect answer na to, 12 students ang sumagot, may 8, may 6, may 5, and so on. Hindi ka na nagbilang, hindi ka na nagmark, hindi ka na nagbilang. Diba? Nandyan na siya lahat. Now, ito pa yung maganda po dito sa what they need help with. If you wanted to point out the students, ito po yung sinasabi ko for demonstration purposes only. Walang reflection ito sa totoong kakayahan ninyo. Okay, this is just for fun and for demonstration purposes only. You just have to simply click the student's name sa taas at hintayin lang natin mag-load. Teka lang. So, click lang natin. Hindi ko pala na-click. Ayan, na-click ko na. So, nakikita nyo, kita na po agad yung mga pangalan. Alam mo na agad. So, in this way, may communication key ka na rin kay student mo. Pwede mong kausapin yung mga sumagot ng 16. Magsigawan kayo dyan. 16 na yan. Sino-sino tong mga to? O mga anak, bakit 16 ang bilang nyo dyan? Sige nga, ano mo nga sa akin nang maintindihan kita, anak. O, yung anak mo pala may dyslexia. O, doon, na-figure out mo, may mga ganun para siyang mga cases. Diba? In a way, kita mo lahat ng mga factors. Not just on the academic side, but as well as narinig mo yung panig ng student mo and in that particular or with that particular item. So, ang ganda kasi na malalaman natin to agad ngayon habang nandun pa yung interest niya. Kasi that could spark a long-term retention. Kasi yung usual natin ginagawa, ang tagal bago natin malaman yung mga ganitong issue. So, nawala na yung interest ng bata, lalo na yung panahon ngayon ng mga kabataan po, di ba? Mabilis magpalit yung interest ng mga bata. So, why not magbigay ka agad ng remedy doon sa mga ganitong klaseng cases. And yun nga, nandun po yung interest ng bata and therefore, definitely mag-spark yung retention. That could impact to a good retention ng ating mga learning. Ay, very good kay Ma'am Cherry Lou. Paano po banggitin ito? Aranges, Aprilline, Nesperos in all fairness sa inyo, alam niyo yung sagot. Baka naman namatan kayo before. Ayan, tapos sa next question naman, eto daw. Ang sagot pala doon ay math. Madami-dami naman yung nakasagot. Ano po? Ito yung example ng multiple type of question. A, B, C, D lang to. Ito kasi mga parang may pagpipili, parang, tawag dito? Tinype niyo yung sagot sa map. Pero dito, A, B, C, D yan. O, diba? Hindi ka na nagbilang. Frequency of errors, eto na po. Not just the frequency of the errors, but as well as the students who answered that particular option. Again, you have the gear icon, you have the control kung ano yung gusto mong makitang result. At marami pa pong iba. Na makakatulong sa inyo dito sa dashboard na iyon, kung saan nyo yan. Marami pa po, explore nyo rin po iyan. Okay, I'm not going to further elaborate what you could enjoy with these dashboards. Andito na lahat po kasi yan, and even download results, nandyan yon. I-click mo lang yung analyze, tapos nandyan na siya lahat. Ayan, differentiation. If you've used the differentiation, I will quickly show you later on how to use that. Nandyan na rin. And even the result table, subtopics, if you aligned your activity to curriculum standards, papakita ko how easy it is mamaya. Dito, malalaman mo agad which is the most difficult skills in that particular topic, and you can download it. You can visit our ZQ EdTech YouTube channel also. May mga pinopost kami doong mga quick walkthrough, as in like seconds lang, ganyan, for each of the particular dashboard. So if you wanted to know more about it, please visit the ZQ EdTech IT Solutions YouTube and our Facebook also. And explore the platform. You can explore it for free. Okay po? All right. So that is more about how you will be able to handle quizzes or activities with your students using Zish and Quizalize. Whether you go to zish.com or quizalize.com, isa lang po yon. Ganito lang din po para makikita ninyo. And from here, you can able to access the classes you have in your account now already. From here also, it's very simple, it's very neat kasi madaling unawain, no? Assign new activity. If you wanted to assign new activity, go ahead and click this one. Mastery is very powerful kapag ikaw ay nag-align ng mga activities. Ano po? I won't give further elaboration. Gradebook, as we all know, gradebook, nandito lahat yung result ng mga students mo, and right away may average na dyan. Then again, you can control the informations that you would wanted to see on the gradebook. Okay? When we go to the resources, sa resources, nandito yung more than 100,000 ready-made activities that we currently have that you can use right away or modify, contextualize. And of course, user manual mo, if you have questions and all, andito yon. Pati yung paggawa ng mga question types. We have 19 question types available. So you can anytime click on the need help, and i-type mo lang yung gusto mong malaman. For example, question type, lalabas na yun lahat doon. Okay? My library is where you can find all your created activities. From here also, you have lots to explore if you wish to. Okay? Ayan. So that is about Quizalize and how you can able to access the data that you need for judgment. Ayan, judgment. Okay? And for you to also know the feedback of your student. Okay. Right. So now the question is, paano mag-create ng activity? If I wanted to create my own, how can I do that easily, in a very easy way? Paano? At saka yung differentiation. Paano ko magagamit yung differentiation? Very easy. Focus po tayo, ha? So from here, on the top right corner, you will be able to see your name. Next to it is the create new quiz. Tama po ba? So, i-click lang natin ng create new quiz if you wish to create your own personalized activity. But kung gusto mo ng ready-made, go ahead and explore the resources. From here, simple lang po yung ituturo ko sa inyo ngayon, as in yung usual na maaari ninyong magamit. But if you wanted to know more about what the Quizalize can do for you with your assessment, pwede nyo naman kaming i-reach out through the chat support. Ito po yung chat support, by the way. The box that you can see, the lower right bottom of this page, click mo lang yan, and then you can reach to us by clicking on the Send Us tab, and message nyo kami. So anything that you would want to know with the Quizalize ay doon, pwede rin po kayong magtanong sa amin. Or if you're experiencing technical issues, okay po, so pwede nyo rin itanong doon. Alright, so of course, we have to create or let's put a title for your activity. Ano po? So for example, the activity name is sample quiz. How easy it is to align your activity to Philippine curriculum? Very easy. Sa ilalim ng title, obviously, may nakalagay na align quiz to standard or topic dyan. So you just have to click it and look for the curriculum that you would like to use for this particular activity. we have the old curriculum available, and as well as the most essential learning competencies that we are now applying for the distance learning. So, pwede niyo pong i-explore yan. For example, I will be using the K to 12 MELC here. Of course, I have to choose the subject. I'll be choosing my major, Araling Panlipunan, and select the grade level that you are teaching. For example, grade 3. And after that, if you're happy with the settings, go ahead and click the submit button. That's it. Pag nakita mo na po ito, that means to say that this activity is aligned to this curriculum. Now, paano mo naman itatag yung questions sa mga skills and competencies na kinuha mo dito sa set of curriculum na to? Very easy. If you wanted to create a question, madali lang din po. It's neat again and clear. The message is very clear. You just have to click the add new question to add new question. Ganyan. Alright, so ito yung usual po ninyong makikita whenever you create a new question. Okay? Nasa quiz editor page po tayo. Yan. So every time na mag-create ka ng new question, this is the usual picture that you will be seeing on the screen. And from here, you can manipulate how the questions will appear to your student. You can use images if you wish. Just make sure to click the use images on the left side. Okay, may button dyan. If you wish to add audio as part of your as part of the questions in your activity, then go ahead and click the audio. As you can see, lumalabas yung mga tab. Sundan mo lang yung mga tab na yon for you to easily assign an audio or images. So, i-off mo if you don't need it. Text-to-speech. Sino yung nagtuturo po dito ng mga foreign language? Chinese, English, ano pa ba yung ibang available dito? Let's see. Spanish, French, German. I think we have teachers from Xavier School who are using the platform with their Chinese students. So, pwede yon. Pwede rin po. Meron lang siniswitch on para mag-available yung mga Chinese characters. Ayan. So, text-to-speech, napakaganda. If you're teaching English and you wanted to impart the correct pronunciation of a particular word, then use the text-to-speech. And there will be an option for the student to hear exactly how those words being pronounced. Ano po? So, now, let's try to create questions. And from here also, you will be able to set a specific time for each of the item. Each of the item po ito, each question. So, you have that ability to set timer in each of the question. Ang purpose nito is to challenge your student answer correctly a particular question in a given duration. Pero kung hindi nyo naman masasagutan in that given duration, okay lang din, masasagutan niya pa rin. But the thing is that makikita mo, no, yung, sa individual results nila, makikita mo how fast or how slow a student answered that particular question. Ang purpose nun, para makita mo if you are really weighing the questions correctly. I mean, if you thought the question is too easy, tapos nakita mo, nag-reflect sa bata, no, it's actually not easy. Then there are ways you can communicate with the student. To know also, no, kung bakit siya nahihirapan in that particular question. So, a lot of things that you can use the features in Quizalize that, again, very beneficial for you and your students. So, let's do it. Create a question. For example, what is the capital of the Philippines? Yan na lang yung natatandaan ko po. So, paumanhin sa example question, ano. Of course, the answer is Manila. Tama po ba? Baka mali pa ako. And you have to write also the incorrect answers. This is the, yung usual natin ginagamit, which is the multiple type of questions. Marami po tayong, multiple choice rather. Marami tayong type of questions na pwedeng gamitin, 19 question types ang pwedeng yung explore. Pero kung ano lang yan, multiple choice lang, of course, you have to set incorrect answers. For example, ang incorrect answer mong isa ay London, Toronto, and then Berlin. Berlin. Ayan. So, meron ka ng isang correct answer. Dito mo raw isi-set yon and the incorrect answer. So, ano pong napansin ninyo sa ating multiple choice? Hindi ko po nababasa yung comment. I wish I could able to read it na on the spot din. Pero, we don't write number 1. We don't write ABC here. Kasi nga po, we have the options to randomize the questions. And hindi lang yung questions kasi yung rarandomize, kundi yung pati yung kasama doon yung pagpipilian ng bata. So even though my seatmate and I have the same questions, still iba-iba pa rin yung positions ng kanilang options. So wag na po nating lagyan ng A, B, C, and D. Now, this is optional answer explanation, but highly recommendable if the activity is designed for enrichment or for enrichment, or halimbawa homework lang ito at gusto mo lang din na siguraduhin alam nila talaga why this is the correct answer. And I think it's very helpful also for the student, lalo na kung self-learning sila na may answer explanation. So pwede kang maglagay dyan. Bakit yung Manila yung tamang sagot? So you can write an explanation there. But of course, this is optional. Now, balikan po natin yung nasa taas na i-align mo yung activity sa particular curriculum na to. Now, let's tag the questions to the skills and competencies coming from that particular curriculum. How? Very simple. You just have to simply click the curriculum skill and there you have it. You just have to choose what skill or code this question is aligned to. So, for example, for this question, this is aligned to this one. There you go. Very easy, right? Now, for example, if you're creating an activity particularly for English, yung madalas may mga articles and all, meron kasi tayong mga advanced features pa where you can set aside those articles para hindi masyadong bulky sa paningin ng bata. If you wish to know more about those advanced features, again, just simply contact us through the chat support. We will be providing you a very quick and easy a way on how to do it. But just in case, you will be using similar questions, but this time, this is aligned with another skills and may papalitan ka lang na word doon sa mga binigay mo, simply click the duplicate question here and you can do that. So how it looks like. So click mo tong close. Ayan, ito na-duplicate na when you click it. And then click the edit tab. And then mag-change ka dyan. Or kung gusto mo, parehong tanong pero iba ng competency. So you just have to remove this one by clicking the X tab. And again, click the box and choose the specific skills for this question. Close natin. So you have 2 questions na. Now, how it looks like, for example, for a new question, kasi baka magulat po kayo, baka isipin nyo, isang set of activity, isang skills lang pala siya po pwede. No. So, ganito lang po, tatanungin ka lang niya agad, pareho lang ba ng previous question mo itong skills and competencies na gagamitin mo for this question? If your answer is yes, go ahead and tick yes or click the yes tab. Otherwise, click the no tab and again, click the box and choose the skills and competencies. Diba? Ganon lang po kasimple yan. Now, if you are happy, for example, with your activity, tapos kailangan mo na siyang ibigay, gusto mo na siyang ibigay rather kay student mo, madali lang naman, you just have to follow lang naman the mga buttons, save to my library if you're not yet ready to give it to your class. But if you are already ready to give it to your class, simply click the save and give to class. Student preview, if you wish to see how it looks like on the student side, review mo muna, baka may mali kang encoding whatsoever for the other question type. So from there, ma-ensure mo yung quality ng activity mo, no? So try and click the save and give to class. Kasi I will be showing you how easy it is to assign a follow-up, personalized, automated activities. How it works. Kasi sa isang activity, we are expecting students will be getting less than 50%. There might be students who will be getting, let's say, more than 50% or even 100, equivalent to 100% score. So pwede kang mag-create ng mga with follow-up activities para ma-supplyan mo agad ng intervention, yung mga ganong klase ng mga batang makakakuha ng iba-ibang score, di ba? Napakadali, napaka-easy and simple. Pero kung gagawin natin yung usual nating ginagamit sa ating mga routine, matagal to, hindi ganito kadali. Okay, so by the way, when you click on the save and give to class, the activity that you created, please note that you will be directed to the activity setting. Activity setting plays essential role, by the way, on how your students be able to see the activity that you prepared. Ito, madalas itong na-skip ng ating mga users. Pero actually, very powerful ito. Why? Kasi in each of the options, by the way, we have 3 options: playing class, assign as a homework, assign as exam. And each of those settings have sub-settings that you have and you should have, or you should check on before you give the activity to the class. Kasi from here, kasi this is how your students will be able to access the activity. For example, mastery mode. What is the purpose of the mastery mode? If you wanted to make sure that there is a mastery in each of the questions, then click on this, turn it on. What will happen is that the student will still get the same question if they failed to answer it correctly. So, again, subsettings, visit nyo po yung subsettings, kagaya nitong number of attempts. Okay, you can set minimum of 1 up to multiple. Pero pag di mo siya ginala, automatic, want to sawa yung mga bata magsagot ng activity mo. And you can also can control the number of questions that you would like to share with your student. If you created, for example, 50 questions and you just wanted to share only 10 out of the 50, then go ahead and choose the number of questions. So isa lang yung pinanggalingan ng questions, but they will be getting random questions out of that single activity set of questions. Ano po? Randomize and all, nandito yan. Of course, you can give advices or yung message po na usual nating ginagawa, di ba, sa traditional process. So you can leave a message here, for example, good luck, or whatever message you would like to share with your students. So that is playing class. Same as the assign as a homework, but the difference is that when you use assign as homework, of course, it is expected to be done on a later date. Tama ba? And you are giving your student free options to ask help from somebody else, di ba? At home, ganyan. So, of course, you have to set the date here. Sa playing class kasi, it's optional. It's optional. You can still set a duration or schedule. You can schedule it later. Pero playing class kasi kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, before we conducted the activity, doon ko lang siya inassign. So playing class para sure na lahat ma-access nila on time, as in ngayon na. Pag-assign na sa homework, please make sure that your gadget time zone is similar to your students' gadget time zone. Dapat lahat kayo pare-pareho ng date, pare-pareho ng hour and the minute. O ibig sabihin, in short, dapat pare-pareho nasa parehong time zone. Otherwise, magkakaroon ng issue dito. Kasi for example, kung ako nasa time zone ng Japan, tapos yung gadget ni teacher nasa Philippines, definitely, makukuha ko yung activity na yon doon sa time ng equivalent sa Japan. Yan. So, ganyan na. Please make sure po that if you will be using Quizalize, you have to ensure that you and your students are on the same time zone. Assign as exam, iba rin po ang setup nito. Ganun din, you have to set the time zone, ganyan. Set the duration rather. And there are sub-settings there that you can, you have to check before you give it to the student. Now, ang assign as exam is designed parang totoong exam. So that's why, as you can see, confirm and skip answer dito ay hard enabled, meaning di mo yan magagalaw. Kasi nga pag-exam, we are giving our students a chance to confirm the answer, kung yun na ba talaga sagot niya, skip niya muna, later niya sasagutan, and all, as if they are in a real exam situation. Okay po? Now, if you're done with that, you have the ability to assign the activity that you created to multiple classes. Ayan, click natin. Tapos, simple lang, ititik mo lang lahat ng class na gusto mo siyang i-assign, yung activity yung ginawa mo, or select all if you wish. Or mamili ka lang ng isa. Back mo kung ayaw mo naman, and choose the assign activity kung para lang sa class na to. So, click natin assign as activity. Last part of this discussion is this one. Napakaganda po. Sana ma-explore nyo. Actually, you can able to explore this basic basic features that I shared with you today and even the advanced features with your free Quizalize account. Ano po? By the way, you have to read first ano yung limitations ng free Quizalize account para mas ma-maximize ninyo. Ang limitations is at least 3 classes lang yung pwede nyong magawa. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, 5 to 10 activities lang ang pwedeng. Pero lahat po, even the advanced features, lahat-lahat na, pwede mong ma-experience with your free Quizalize account. Ganon. So, sana ma-max out niyo po yung inyong mga free account. Alright, so you have the option to skip this for now, but I would rather use this to maximize the experience. Ano po? Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na makakatulong sa inyo to easily personalize the follow-up interventions na para sa student na yun, sa group of students na yon. And at the same time, para madali mong ma-differentiate yung kanilang performance. From the initial output, diniretso mo sila dito sa activity na to, tapos makikita mo kung nag-improve or nakatulong ba yung intervention na binigay mo. So, madali lang naman. If the students score less than 50%, madali lang. You can choose from our ready-made resources. Just simply click on the following tabs here. Kung gusto mo ng video, PDF, or article from the web, or another quiz from Quizalize. O di kaya, ikaw mismo, you can choose your own. Click mo lang yung tab. And then if you would like to assign a YouTube video, for the students will be getting less than 50%, simply click on that or find that particular video and copy the URL. For example, this one. Ayan. So, nabuksan ko na ba yan? So, copy mo lang yung URL, go back here, click the upload to YouTube videos, and then after that, i-paste mo yung kinopy mong URL, click the confirm tab, and click the give to class rather. Yan. Pwede mo rin i-align yung mga follow-up activities mo sa specific skills and competencies if you wish. And if you wanted to reflect also those materials doon sa mga skills and competencies na gagamitin mo. Now, sa ilalim, followed by the same quiz again. Kaya siya tinawag na differentiation para makita mo din yung impact nitong video na to. So, after ng score niya, nakuha niya sa initial activity mo, ididiretso yung bata sa video na inassign mo, and after niya tapusin yung video, pag tinik mo to, sasagutan niyang muli yung activity niya kanina. And from there, makikita mo kung ito bang video na to nakatulong or naka-worsen ng situation and all. Same procedure with the rest. Kung ang bata naman makakascore ng 50 to 80%, you can choose. Click on that. Pwedeng article nga, pwedeng import Google. Oh, actually, by the way, this is just very new. If you are a big fan of Google Form, you have quizzes there already, you can able to import it to Quizalize. Bagong-bago to, very fresh. Tapos, you can convert those questions into Quizalize activity na already. Very simple lang. So, maybe in different sessions in the future, if you really wish to know more about this, then we can assist you to get well equipped with it. So, ganun din with the 80% or more students. So, napakadali lang, gawin ang follow-up activities. So, in real world, hindi siya ganyan kadali. So, once you're done, just simply click, I'm done. And your activity is now ready. Ganyan. So, ibigay mo na yung code sa bata and all the steps that I provided you. By the way, yung ginawa ninyo, class code lang po ang ginamit. But we have 5 different settings for your students, how they can able to access the activity and the quizzes also. Okay? Ang class code, hindi po namin masyadong nire-recommend. Kasi nga, maraming ways on how outsiders can able to access that particular activity. Ginagawa lang natin yung class code or recommendable lang kung ito ay para sa ganitong klaseng session. But for the specific class, kung gusto niyo mas secured siya, gamitin niyo po yung ibang class settings. Paano yun? Yung sinasabi ko po. So from here, click mo yung add new class and dito makikita mo yung ibang options. Okay? Paano? So, you have to create class name and then dito, registering their own Zish account with email and password. Hindi ito totoong email and password. Pwede kang mag-assign kahit ano. Basta mukha lang siyang email. Pero pag using their Google account, dapat Google account lang, Google email nila yung gagamitin. Using their Microsoft Office, pwede rin. Now, if you are currently Google Classroom users, you can simply integrate or simply synchronize your existing classes sa Google Classroom by clicking on the sync with Google Classroom and then choose lang dito. Lalabas na yung inyong mga existing Google Classroom. Pero para ito ay makuha ninyo, make sure when you sign up, gagamitin niyo yung sign up with Google Classroom. Okay? So ito yung Quizalize. Click on the teacher login. Kung gusto niyo gamitin yung Google Classroom nyo, kasi wala na kayong isa-set doon na students and all, nasa Google Classroom lang sila. Mag-a-appear lang yan, mag-stream lang yung kanilang mga activities sa Google Class. So ito, log in with Google. Dapat ito po yung gagamitin ninyo. Otherwise, manually integrate nyo yung inyong Google Classroom. So, I hope you've learned in a very quick walkthrough lang po. Ang ginawa natin, very quick lang po and basic lang po yung pinakita namin sa inyo. Including na nga yung question din, yung question type na ginamit natin is yung usual natin pong ginagawa. Ano po? Ayan, so if you want to know more about the platform, then let us know through the chat support or visit our ZQ EdTech IT Solutions YouTube channel, pages also. Kasi marami din po kaming ginagawang mga activities for our users. For example, last year, we conducted the first nationwide Quizalize B competition. Nationwide to, regardless kung ikaw ay private or galing sa private or public schools. Ano po? Tingnan niyo po doon sa mga pages namin, nandun yon. And actually, last month, inopen na namin yung pre-registration for the next year. And there are others, competitions na ilalatag pa kami before December. Right. So I think I have already covered everything that I have to share with you, with the Tagpros audience. Maraming salamat. And as mentioned by Sir Jim kanina, part of the requirement, by the way, for you to be eligible or for you to get eligible rather to join the raffle draw, part of it is to sign up sa Quizalize, or you just have to go to the quizalize.com, sign up kayo. Okay, maaari po ba, Sir Jim? I'm done with my part. Okay lang po ba na babasahin ko yung mga nag-sign up na? Pwede po ba sa mga nag-sign up na, mga pumunta ng pumunta ng quizalize.com. Sige, let me share with you again my screen for the last time. Punta lang po kayo. Pwede naman kayong pumunta sa zish.com. Ang difference po kasi niya, zish.com ay dito makikita niyo pa yung iba pang mga informations about Quizalize and Zish. Ano po? May Quizalize login din dito. You can go to the Quizalize login, ganyan. Or directly go to the quizalize.com, pwede rin. Okay po. So, pwede po ba sa lahat ng mga nag-sign up na, para lang malaman ko po, babasahin ko dito, mag-message po kayo sa chat support namin. Ang sabihin nyo lang po ay Tagpros ZQ. Babasahin ko po yung mga mag-send niyon. We will consider you as eligible to join sa raffle draw na na gagawin natin, So, ito po yung chat support again sa lower right corner page ng Quizalize. Click the send us a message. So, sabihin nyo lang, Tagpros ZQ. Yan, ganyan lang. Oh, mali pa. ZQ dapat. So, Tagpros ZQ. Yan. Okay? Isa po yan sa pag ang pangalan ninyo ang lumabas, meaning kayo ay nakapag-sign up. Pero kung hindi po pangalan nyo ang lalabas, ibig sabihin hindi kayo nakapag-sign up. And that is also an indication for us na hindi po kayo eligible to join the raffle draw. Okay po? Ayan, meron na. See? Okay, siguro din nyo po kayo naka-sign up po kayo Ayan. Sundan nyo po Tagpros ZQ. Si Ma'am Mary Joy Vargas. Ayan, nakikita ko. Si Ma'am Cherry Lou. Ayan. Pagkamali po yung format hindi po kasama yon. Ayan. Tapos sa mga winners kanina po, si Lala something po yung pangalan ng sa sa YouTube niyang account. Please message nyo din po kami sa chat support para mabigay namin sa inyo yung 50 regular load ninyo. At doon sa tatlo kaninang nanalo natin, sa tatlo. Screenshot nyo lang, kahit screenshot nyo lang yon na makikita namin yung pangalan nyo. And yun na po yung proof para maibigay namin sa inyo yung inyong prizes. Ayan, kayo po ba may mga katanungan? May katanungan po ba? Is there any questions? May tanong po ba? May mga tanong? Ito, may mga tanong. Ay, teka lang. Is there a mobile? Okay, may mga tanong. Sorry, ngayon ko lang po nakita. Can we use this application offline? Yes. Yes po. We do have the Quizalize Scan app available po, sa mga Android users. Available po yan, Quizalize Scan app. If you are on the modular, ngayon ko lang po nababasa yung mga questions I'm sorry. Okay, meron, yes. Chat nyo lang po kami for more information na lang din. Or again, visit our ZQ EdTech I think ITS po yung nasa YouTube. Yan, makikita nyo how the offline works doon. Okay? Ayan, marami na po nagpapadala. Sundin nyo po yung format. Dapat Tagpros -ZQ. Dapat may dash. O hindi po dikit-dikit. Hindi po ganun Okay? Basahin ko lang po yung iba pang question. Okay. How can we be fair to all students when using the online quiz, especially for the unfortunate students who have a low internet connection since these quizzes are time dependent? Up to the teacher. You can set this to the sub settings po. Pwede nyong i-timer off yan. You can able to personalize again. And again, as I mentioned kanina na rin, make sure na chine-check niyo po yung mga sub-settings ng activity settings natin. Kasi doon, yun yung lalabas sa bata. If you don't want to pressure your students with the timer, then turn off the timer. Ganun, may option po doon. Okay? And by the way, isa sa mga malaki pong deployment na ginawa namin rather 2 years ago, ay yung gawing hindi siya masyadong mabigat sa data ng bata. Paano yun? Wala pong lag na experience. May experience sa mga bata with Quizalize. Bakit? Kasi kahit po during the activity, mawalan si bata ng internet, basta napasok niya yung activity, makakapagpatuloy pa rin po siyang magsagot. Okay po? Makakapagpatuloy pa rin siya. Pero dapat alam ng bata na hindi niya dapat i-close ang window ng sinasagutan niya. Pag kinlose niya, doon siya magkakaproblema. So, dapat well-oriented din ang bata na, oy anak, pwede ka pa na magpatuloy magsagot kahit mahina data mo. Basta, wag ka magpo-focus sa internet, mag-focus ka sa question. Wag mo i-close yon. Kasi anak, makikita ko rin yan pag kinlose mo. So, it's about how you will orient your student also. Para pareho kayo ng expectation din na may experience. Ganon. Okay, I hope I have answered that question well. Tapos, si Ma'am Girly, sabi ni Ma'am Girly, do they answer this during synchronous or could it be during asynchronous? It's entirely up to the teacher. Depende po sa teacher. Kanina, nagawa natin kanina, it's like similar to synchronous, Parang synchronous yan, nagkaklase tayo, sinagutan nyo, and pwede rin asynchronous. Basta alam lang ng bata na nag-assign kayo ng activity sa particular date and time na to, and you must answer the activity. Kahit asynchronous, pwede rin po. Yes, Sir Jim.
All right. Sorry, I got cut off. I'm having an internet connection problem, but I'm back. Thank you, Rose, for the wonderful sharing. I think, we are very happy. I personally have used Quizalize. Our teachers in my school are using Quizalize also. And of course, we know that Quizalize is a very good platform. There's a very interesting question here. I could help Rose answer this. maybe they will say Rose is biased because but I can answer this. I think the question that I would love to answer is um where is this already? Tonet Paren says, sa dami na pong app na gagamitin, ma'am, which app is more convenient and effective to use for learner? This question really is, it's a question really that is directed towards the school community, right, Rose? In the end, there will be a lot of apps that will come in. I've used apps before. I started doing one-to-one iPad learning. Just to be honest, I started in 2013. That's the time when technology was still new in the Philippines. 2013, we were already using the iPad in our classroom, in our students. There were a lot of new apps, and every year there will be a lot of new apps. But what is very important, which Rose has actually showed a while ago, is that you need to know what your students need. Like, for example, Quizalize has that tagging of learning competencies. You know, as a curriculum leader, someone who's taking care of the curriculum of the school in a subject, I would love that to have, right? So that's one interesting thing. If you want to evaluate, if you want to check which is the most effective one, your job is actually to evaluate it based on your needs, right? For example, there's another question here. How is this different from Kahoot, from quizzes or Quizlet? You know, for example, when we talk about bandwidth, I'm just being honest here. When we struggle with internet connection, Rose actually knows this. Kahoot takes a lot of bandwidth because of the background song, because of the videos that are playing. So you can take a look at those things. Pricing, that's also one thing to do. And then how one thing to know in terms of efficiency of use. Which of these apps is the easiest one to be used? Will it be okay if kinder uses it, or will it be difficult? As a teacher, which of these apps are also the easiest one, right? So I think I've answered that because that's also my job in my school. It's to help my teachers look for the best effective. The best and most effective is actually dependent on what your school is looking for. Rose, there was a question here a while ago. What if our students do not have internet connection? Should we use this? My answer is do not use any online app if you don't have internet connection, because in the first place, how would you be able to start your account or upload, right? So in the end, it's dependent on the context. But a while ago, I heard Rose mention about, we've actually worked on Quizalize so that even if you have low bandwidth, it will actually work, right?
Yes. Sir, can I add something with regards to the offline? Yeah. As I also mentioned kanina during the discussion, we actually have the scan application. Si student doesn't need or require to have a gadget or internet because they will be answering through with the paper and pen. Tapos si teacher naman, kahit offline din siya, ay pwede niyang i-capture pa rin yung mga data. Now, if you wish to get the in-depth analysis of what you captured offline, then go and synchronize those data to your Quizalize account to get the in-depth analysis. To answer the question, can the students use this offline? Yes, they can use this offline with the pen and paper. If you want to know more about it, go visit our site or message us through the chat support and we will provide you further details. And also, sir, can I add also dun sa question, comparing, ganito lang po yan. As mentioned by Sir Jim also, it will be depending on your goal. What is exactly your goal? This other platform provides you the informations that you and your school need for you to be able to more effective with your role as a teacher and as a part of the teaching and learning. So each of the platforms have different areas we provide, po. And it's entirely up to the users kung anong area yung gusto nilang i-pick. But to also share with you, Marikina users, Marikina, DepEd Marikina, they are very much happy with the platform. Magiging, somehow, tama si Sir, na pag akong sasagot ito, baka maging bias ako. But to share with you the feedback coming from DepEd Marikina itself, they're very happy because this is not just cost-effective, but as well efficient po. Yan. And easy. Yan.
Yes. I think I love the answer of Rose a while ago. It's really looking at it at your own context. In the end, a lot of edtech companies will produce apps like Quizalize. I've seen Quizalize the first time it was developed, and then I've seen it over the years, and there are improvements. So I think it's very important that in your school also, you have a person who really checks on this. We call them as edtech coaches, edtech trainers. You don't just learn how to use it, but actually you have people in your school who actually helps you integrate and look for those things. A lot of the discussions right now, even when you're looking for apps, you can also ask what happens to the data, right? To the data of our students. What happens to the data of the school? Is it kept private? Where is it being used? Because right now, data privacy is actually a very big topic. So if you're looking for apps or things that you really have to use as a teacher, you can ask those. You can ask those questions and make sure that they are actually clear with it. Also, in line with that, Rose, is Quizalize up to the standards in terms of data privacy?
Yes, you can anytime visit our data privacy policy on the website itself. At the very bottom of the page, you can visit that anytime and review whether this is in compliance with our data privacy law in the Philippines, as well the DepEd order related to the data privacy. But yes, we are.
All right, so that's a very good clarification. Thanks, Rose. I think we have one more. Well, we can entertain one more question. A lot of the questions are actually things that they can find in Quizalize YouTube channel, or actually even in the chatbot help. Let's look at, for example, because there's a question about setting time. Rose can help us understand about this further. Rose, how about can students answer or take the quiz more than once, or how what's the setting for this? Can we allow this in Quizalize?
Yes, as I shared earlier also, I showed you the activity setting where you can manage each of the options, and you will also have, or you have the instant access also to check on the subsettings of each of those settings, like playing class, assign as a homework, and assign as exam. There you can able to make your assessment personalized. So mula doon, makikita ninyo po yung mga options, whether to turn off the timer, turn it on, and how many attempts you would allow, ganyan, and a lot more. So visit nyo lang po yung activity setting. And that will show right after you click on this save and give to class. Kayo ay ididiretso po sa activity setting. Siguraduhin lamang po na binasa ninyo ang lahat ng iyon, na turn off and on ninyo yung mga gusto ninyong ma-experience ng bata. Kasi kayo pa rin po yung mayroong initial access to make your assessment personalized, including the timer na rin.
Yeah. And if I want to deepen the answer also, because Rose has explained the technical aspect of it. But there are a lot of discussions right now. We're doing distance learning. There was a question, how can we ensure that the students are not cheating? It's the same question, right? It's the same question, whether you're using Quizalize or modules. It's very difficult for us to really gauge if they're cheating, if they're doing very honestly. There are platforms, but they're very expensive. The one that makes use the camera and records everything. Yes. Those are very expensive platforms. But I think what is very interesting for Quizalize, for example, is I like the fact that you can allow the students to answer the quizzes, or whether, especially if it's a formative quiz, right? Because in the end, we're not grading the students on how fast they answer, right? There's a timer, but then in the end, are you grading them based on how fast they answer, or really it's really based on their answer? So there are a lot of settings in Quizalize that can help you personalize. But for me, as a school leader, as an educator also, I would love that we rethink also the way we do assessments. That's a big idea right now. Rose is here giving us a very good platform, and we love the platform Quizalize and all the features. But then in the end, Rose said a while ago, you can actually tweak the settings and personalize them based on your students and based on our context. So I love that part, Rose, that you mentioned, because that is my way of ending this our discussion, our webinar workshop. The likes of Quizalize, the likes of Rose, they will provide us platforms and services that can make teaching and learning a little bit easier. But then um, in the end, it's our decision as teachers, as educators, because we know our students. Rose, this is one thing that I love about Quizalize personally. There's this area of differentiation, diba? We always talk about differentiated instruction, differentiated learning. And actually, when I was looking at Quizalize, I thought, it's just the same, almost the same. But when we arrived at that part, the first time I used it, I was like, this is a very, very good platform, because it allows the teachers to make follow-ups based on the outcomes or results of the quiz of the student, whether it's formative or summative. So make sure that you think something in that way, that when you personalize, when you look at the activities, especially using technology tools, ask yourselves, which of these will help my students learn better, do better, which of these will allow me to do my work also in a much effective way. So there, in the end, it's our work as a teacher. Rose knows this because Rose was a former teacher, right? Rose, I'm correct, right? Rose, you were a
That's
former
right po.
teacher.
Yes po.
Yes.
Nakapagturo na po ako from pre-elementary up to tertiary level, Philippine setup, and even abroad po. That's why I'm quite knowledgeable in terms of the struggles teachers are facing, particularly in finding out the real issues po in
Yeah.
academic. Yeah.
And then in the end, I think this is our closing before we say goodbye to Rose. And in the end, let's make use of technology and not separate it from what is really happening in the classroom. We've been talking in Tagpros about online learning, and there are still a lot of questions. What if? What if? What if? In the end, proper effective learning sees technology as a tool and optimizes use of technology in junction with other things. Like, for example, mastery of learning. We're not just using technology because we want to scream and have fun with our students. That's bonus. But then in the end, we always go back to the core ideas of education. Are we helping our students be better, learn better, right? Are they learning with other people, and all those kinds of things? So again, thank you so much. That was a fitting end for everything. Thank you so much, Rose. On behalf of Tagpros and our audience, we thank Rose and ZQ EdTech ZQ EdTech IT Solutions, and Zish, who have given us an opportunity to learn more about assessment and, of course, to learn more about Quizalize. Thank you so much, Rose.
Thank you, sir. And again po, I would like to invite you to join the second nationwide Quizalize B competition. The pre-registration is now open. All of the users of Quizalize will be receiving an automated invitation for that. I hope you could check that out and see if this could fit your interest, and hopefully we can see you there. Lastly, also, remember that I only shared with you the basic of Quizalize. There are so many things that I haven't able to share with you yet due to our time limitations also. But there is a very powerful dashboard also that you can check out with Quizalize, which is the mastery next to the grade book. When you align your activity tag your questions to the skills and competencies, Kita nyo na rin po yan, kahit yung performance ng mga bata ninyo kabuuan and even individual, specifically anong topic and particular skills and competencies sila nahihirapan. Identified na po yan for you. That is next to the gradebook mastery. I hope you could explore it with your free account kasi walang limit sa advanced features ang Quizalize, sa free Quizalize account. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tagpros. Thank you to all the viewers today. And I hope to see you one day also in our succeeding sessions. Thank you so much po, Sir Jim.
Thank you, Rose, and thank you to our audience for sticking with us. We are now on the last part of our session. And the first thing that we just want to remind everyone is that that was a very incredible session. And some of you are already asking, of course, you're very much excited, where is the link for evaluation? If you've been with us at Tagpros, we always keep the evaluation at the end of the session to make sure that you're listening to us. And before I go to that part, may I take this opportunity again to thank everyone for being here and to invite everyone also to bookmark in your calendar part 3, which is next week. And we will be inviting Mr. Jason Arias. And very interesting topic. How can we make use of video games as and leverage it to deepen learning and even for assessment? And then on part 4, we will be welcoming again Ms. Jane Cacacho on July 31 as she will be talking about authentic assessment, performance tasks, and standards and rubrics. So that's our part 3, video games and online learning. Are they worth it? That's part 3 next Saturday. And part 4 on July 31, we will welcome back Mrs. Jane Cacacho for to talk about authentic assessment. So really, we have prepared a lot for you. Okay, so I think we're now ready. Of course, if you wanna, we wanna know what you think about our activity or webinar workshop today. So the evaluation form is at tagpros.org. The evaluation form is at our website. It's www.tagpros.org. Again, the evaluation for today's webinar workshop is already open, and you can visit it at www.tagpros.org. Again, a few reminders. We will be choosing 5 lucky participants for our session today. Again, 5 lucky participants who will be winning 500 GCash prizes were courtesy of our partner ZQ, EdTech, IT Solutions, and Zish, the developer and creator of Quizalize online learning platform. I think that's it. Let me check if there's still any final reminder. I think we're good. Again, thank you so much to everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. It's part 2, and we're continuing with part 3 and part 4 on the coming Saturdays on still on assessment. And by the way, we will be continuing. We will still have sessions on August where we will be focusing on well-being for teachers, students, and even parents. So I hope that you stick with us until the end of our webinar series. Thank you, everyone. Again, massive shout out to our teachers, to our students, and to our parents. Every one of you have made it through this very, very peculiar, very challenging school year. And we are so proud of you, dear teachers, for holding the fort. We are so proud of our students who have made it despite the challenges. And of course, we are so proud of our parents who have guided and guided their kids and their children, and of course, who have partnered and worked well with the school through the teachers and the different school leaders that you have. So thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, and stay safe.
the easy way to differentiate your teaching. With Quizalize, you can quiz your students on the skills and standards they need to know, using devices in classroom team games or at home, and analyse the results in a choice of clear and, in the gradebook, the results of all their quizzes. Plus, you can track each student's mastery of the academic skills and standards in your curriculum. The dashboard enables you to benchmark your students against state averages and helps you ensure that nobody gets left behind.
Students' test scores have improved 8 to 10 points from last year's scores.
This is the first time that we've seen an increase of this magnitude.
It's opened up that conversation between myself and my students.
My kids pay attention to the test questions so much more.
I have kids that even come before school because they just want to practice with me.
I can meet with them one-on-one, or I can meet with them in a small group, and for the first time they're getting the attention that they really need, and the data is there instantly.
Play a quiz in class today. There are no apps to install. It's easy and it's free.